Welcome back to DIY Willy. Today, there's a new car in the shop. I believe it's a 2018 Honda Civic, and it's got a broken shock. So we're gonna go through what it takes to change out one of these shocks. Well, actually, we'll change out both of them. We got new KYB shocks. We'll show those here in a minute. And we got the car in the air, as you can see. It's got some jack stands underneath on the frame, and we'll go ahead and get the tire off and take the shock off too. All right, let's get at it. Okay, first, got the hubcap off, and I want to get these lugs off. Emergency brake is on. We'll just get them loose. Oh, it's got a lock on it. Shit, I gotta find that lock. Look at that. I gotta find that lock. Found it. There we go. These wheels and tires are so small. I'm used to dealing with larger tires, either from my Samurai or the Frontier. Even the Silverado is 33s, you know. I'm used to dealing with much bigger tires. All right, taking a look at the shock. You can see that there is quite a bit of oil and dirt coming through it. So we'll take off the lower bolt right here on the bottom. And if you look up inside, there's two bolts on the inside also. And that's like a flange. So we'll just take those two bolts out and the bottom bolt, and it should drop right out. So I got the bottom bolt out and the shock is off. So on the bottom is a 17 millimeter. See if we can get a look up in the top. Okay, there's a look at the top. You kind of see where it goes. There's two bolt holes up there, and those up on the top were 12 millimeter up there. So now we need to change the flange over on the top of the shock. This here. So I've already started, and I thought I better film it. So let me set it up and we'll get it going. So there's a dust cap that's on here when you get it off. I just took a regular flat screwdriver and just popped it off. It comes right off. Set it aside. Now the nut on here is also a 14 millimeter, and you can stick an Allen wrench, which is a 5 millimeter, in the hole, so that it won't turn the shaft. And you just turn the nut, holding the shaft, until it all comes out. Until it comes off like that. There's the nut. There's a washer. Oh no, there's not a washer. There we go. Comes off like that. This shock is toast. And I'll just clean this up a little bit and we'll get it ready to go on the new shock. So I've got the new shock. Like I said, it's a KYB. Let me get the box. It's a KYB XLG. See, there's a part number. Part number 3430042. And we'll get that put on right now. Okay, and I'm gonna wrap a rag in it. I don't want to scratch up the new part, just so it'll sit in my vise here and we won't scratch it all up. Okay, so we'll take this piece. I should clean this piece off. All right, so I got it all washed up. A little bit of water in there. And we'll just stick it back over. Gotta find the, see, I push it in like that way I can find the bump stop. There we go. We got the new nut. We'll use the new nut. We'll just tighten it down. Get it good and tight. Run it down until it gets tight like that. And we are set. we are ready to reinstall it on the car. Here we've got the new KYB shocks in. Those bolts up there, they're hard. They're a pain in the butt. They're 12 millimeter and they're difficult. I don't know why Honda changed it to that rather than just having the one bolt inside the trunk. But anyway, it's in and I'm gonna do the other side. This is the passenger or driver's side, excuse me. We're just gonna take the screwdriver and pop the cap off, just like that. Hopefully I remember to put it on this time. So we take our 14 millimeter and our 5 millimeter and we'll just work it off, just like that. Take the bolt nut off, slide this all off. That comes off and there's the old shock. I'm just gonna rinse this off because it's pretty dirty. Alright, so we got the new one. We're gonna put it in the vise. I always want to put a rag around it or some type of protection on it so the vise doesn't scratch it all up. You know, they are new shocks. We'll stick it in here. Just get it nice and tight just to hold it. Just to hold it, make it easy to work on. And we've got the little cover here. We'll stick it over the shock. Just like that. We'll put this on later. And we can put the nut on. And go ahead and tighten it down. There we go. There we go. Now just pull this cap over the little stops. Like that. See, we just pull it down. I might put a zip tie like we do off-road. I didn't forget the cap. Not this time. Pushes on right like that. And we're ready to go back in. Okay, so that's both the rear shocks put in. Again, they're KYBs. And this is a 2018 Honda Civic, I believe. 4-door. And it had blown out one of its shocks on the passenger side. And we changed both the rear shocks. So again, it was 17 millimeter on the bottom. It was 12 millimeter up in the hole, 2 bolts. And then the main bolt on top was a 14 millimeter. Really easy job, anybody can do it. It takes a little bit of time to figure out how to work up in there. But I got it. It's good. So yeah, I'll get the wheels back on and we'll close it up. So that completes the install of the shocks in the Honda Civic. And well, it turned out great. And even though I filmed it quite a while ago, I'm just now getting the video put out, get it put together and edited. And well, the original footage was messed up, so I had to redo something to end the video. So the car is done. It's right there. And yeah, well, it's done. It's another successful project from DIY Willy. And well, if you haven't already, subscribe, give it a thumbs up, a like, all those things, and leave a comment. I love comments. I'm answering all of them, good or bad. So yeah, that's it, and on to the next. Thank you. Bye.